All right then, my beautiful MVP family, you awesome people, you. Welcome back to another video. What time is it? Tell me what time is it? What time is it really, people? Let's see what time it is. Mango time it is. Me not drink coffee, tea, mango time. Come care how nice it may be, mango time. In the heat of the mango crop, when the fruit them ripe and drop, wash your pot, turn them down, mango time. The terpene time is so large and fine, mango time. Robin mango, so sweet, mango time. Number 11, a hairy skin, pack the bunker and ram them in. For the bunker must full, mango time. Make we go a mango walk, mango time. For it's only the talk, mango time. Make we jump on the big jackass, ride him down on the top of pass. Make the best at the crop, mango time. Mango time. Look here how nice it may be. Guys, it's mango time in Jamaica, right? Mango time in Jamaica. It's almost the end of May, and you look around and you start seeing mango wrap little by little. These were buying from the market lady. I've been buying mango since I came because these are not common mangoes, so you can get them year round. So almost like every week that she comes, we're able to get with Julie. These are the best. These are my favorites, the Julie mangoes. So we get them a little pricey because just as simple as you look for one of these, $2.50 for one. But you know what? Money can't eat. Money can't eat. So I love mangoes, really love mangoes. What I'm looking for right now is some stringy mango. I haven't had those. A lot of people don't like stringy because they leave them to string them in your teeth. But you know, if you know, so them have no maggot in them, no maggot, you call it. You beat it, and then you just bite the little hole at the top and just squeeze out the juice out of it, man. And so that is it. But all those who remember them mango days, when them look, Lord God, my teeth edges, we talk about it. Ooh, man, you come from school and you get a one little mango, the market mango time, and them people who used to live in Springfield, yes, Claremont was where enough mango did them, man. Mango and pineapple. They're Pisgah and Claremont area. And the people and the women them. Some men used to come out with pine. But most of the women them would come out with them donkey, hamper them loaded with mango. And then come out of school gate there, you have one penny or one threepence. Master, sure. Who want lunch them the time then? You want mango, you got to go buy 2-3 mango, you go sit down and Sometimes them have so much mango that even when school over, you have few of them still lingering there, them and wait for them picnic to walk home with them, carry them on the donkey with them, go home. So then we have some mango left there, you go and you buy. Now, in the day, so we all get 2 for the price of 1. And you have that mango there. And you suck that mango, and that mango carry me from up the hill at the school, straight home at my yard. My God, when you're done, you don't say mango orange inside. But master, when you're done with that mango, they look a string upon the white. Because you twist it and you turn it and you oh my God, what you not do with them like a string? And you keep it going till you catch home. When you go home, not a sign of orange or yellow, whichever color you want to call it, left on the mango there. Those are the days, man. Mango and pine. Couldn't afford the pine because they would come with them something and just peel the pine for you, and you have the little them cut off some of the leaves from the pine, so you have that little like a stick, and them cut it in four so you can give your friend them piece and you enjoy the rest of it. Lord Jesus, them days. People are talking about coming home to Jamaica and I talk about this not change and that not change, and people are coming home and I show off on them. But hey, listen, those were the days. Today when, you know, I will say that. I was going to do a different video, but because I did the mango time thing here now, let me tell you all something. Back in the days when I used to come visit Jamaica, every year me there Jamaica, every year. I went away, and as I said, my mom's family is not who I was raised with. I grew up with my granny. And so when I come home, I don't know what just happened. So when I come home, it was like a lot of my visits was St. Elizabeth, regardless that my mom's family was nearer to the airport. And so that is the reason I liked Trelawney. I would get to the airport and quick stick you home. If you go Springfield, you have to climb over Long Hill. You have to navigate through Montego Bay, then hit the Long Hill and go over Long Hill. And then you have the long stretch we go through New Market. We're going to get to New Market. Then you get to New Market, or to go to my husband's home, we would go through Anchovy and then go behind Pisgah and then go up through them, see the little road them like this, and see the gully them there. And so for me, it was never exciting to go up. You know, something that come and you have to position. I remember one time when they came for me, my husband and his friend, and the friend was telling my husband, you can go over more, man. Look, I'm looking in the gully down there, sir. And I tell my husband he can go over more so the next car can pass. And him said, no, the wheel broad enough, the wheel. Jesus. So them something that really traumatized this girl. I don't care what nobody wants to. Them used to be traumatized. And you look over at the gully, sir, and him tell you move the car over some more. I was like, whoa. But when you go Springfield, man, it's a different life. It was a different life. Because I remember one time I go up to my cousin. She was, I said, when we come in, everybody glad for see me. She said, the queen, the African queen is here, the African queen is here. But it wasn't that, you know. It was how I treated my granny and my auntie them. Regardless of the things that happened. Because as I say, as my little little come, they never expect nothing from me. Them things that never made have become like barefoot and 10 picnic. And, you know, they didn't expect, none of them in the wildest dreams thought I would have made it to any kind of professional state in my life, or, you know, anything worthwhile. Because it just wasn't there. It wasn't, regardless of opportunities, there was no one to help me get there. And so when I go home, and, you know, when I'm in America, I take good care of my grandmother. I never forget. I said, Granny, you never made me go to bed hungry one night. And if it's even for that reason, she never took me out of school one day, said, we are going to plant corn, you have to come. If she working on a Saturday, because we never used to go to church then on a Saturday, yeah, we put on with old pants, old trousers, them. And we find old water boot, we bust at the bottom, Granny, and wear them no more. Yeah, and we will go on down at the ground. So the man them dig the corn hole, we put with 3 or 4 grain of corn in there and covered it. That was my contribution, yeah. But never take me out of school. And for that, when I left Jamaica and went away, I said I have to make sure. If it's even sometimes I send Granny like $20, $20 US. And the blessings that woman would put on me, you'd think that I sent her $1,000. I was raising my children. And, you know, it wasn't easy. But I never forgot her. And so when I would go home, they were happy to see me. They put out the best for me. It was good. And they know when I'm leaving, whatever electricity or whatever we did with kids and myself, I'm not leaving and say, oh, it's on them. No, I'm making sure the light bill is taken care of. I'm making sure that they're left better than when I went there. But when you go home, man, you get your mango, your soursop. So when me talk about coming back home, and Right now I'm staying in a gated community and people are trying to make it look like this and that. Granny is gone. Everybody up there in my space is gone. I have a couple cousins up there, but I'm not interested because I have no land up there. Because when Granny died, the land went to my aunt and my uncle and their children, and so I didn't lay grounds up there. I didn't lay roots up there. So for me, those were my early years. Those were the things that made it make sense to me. When I came back in 1999, people saying, "Oh, Jamaica has changed this and that." Jamaica has changed. I don't care who want to say this and that and what have you. Jamaica has changed. When I came home 1999, I know. When we lived in St. Elizabeth, all the years I went back to visit, Granny died 2005. And all the years, my family never had one. The only grill they had on the place was the gate. My husband, who is a welder, he made the gate for them to go in the yard. They never have a piece of grill, not on a window, not on the veranda, not anywhere. Their home was just a home. They had a shop. There was no grill up, and they lived. And when I went back home in 99, I stayed in Trelawney. As I said, Trelawney, nearer to the airport. I had the children with me. Going up to St. Elizabeth, because Granny was still alive then when I returned to Jamaica in 99. Granny was alive, but for my daughters who were now 14, they were in high school, it would have been difficult to have them in Springfield, up there, and to get them to Black River Tours High School, or to get them to Santa Cruz to St. Elizabeth Technical High School. In Trelawney, it was nearer. We had William Nib right there, and we had taxis straight through to there. They didn't have to stop and connect if they didn't want to. If they get to Wakefield and if the vehicle wasn't going down to our section, it's easy. It's a group of them. My daughters are twins. They accompany each other and they walk home. But there were always a lot of them. There were girls from the high school who they were respectful of one another. They used to come to my house to learn to use the computers. Because that's what I did when I went home. I was a teacher in 1999 when I came back here, and I also taught computer classes. So that was that. The house we lived in was a family house. It had grills on it. But for 90% of the community, there was no grill on their homes. There was nothing. It was just a regular house that people just build up them like a ply house or build up them concrete house, but that was it. So when you come home now and everybody is so invested in grill, it's a different setting. But then we had it was the station wagons that was the car of choice to be stolen. The station wagons. When I remember my uncle had a Lada, he had a Cortina L, he had another, he had a station wagon. But for the new station wagons, those were the ones that people, they would hire these guys and they'll take them like to Flanker in St. James or places like that, kill them and take their vehicle. So those were the cars that people were really, really stealing back then in those years. But things were different. When you look at Falmouth, how Falmouth has developed and changed, it totally different. So all depends on where you are and where you decide to relocate when you come back to Jamaica. You cannot take one size to fit everybody. If you're going back to the community that you're used to, I saw somebody say they pay $250 a month for rent. Woo-hoo-hoo. More power to you. Because, as you look at the adding up, depending on where you are, it really doesn't make sense. But, we had a lot of trees around us. Even when you look at where the family house, we had a huge mango tree in the front yard, good shade. It's something you just walk out and you walk and stand up under the shade of the tree. I remember my son, he used to love to climb that mango tree. One day he climbed it and a croaking lizard was up in there, and he was trying to get down. And one of the lizard had jumped on him because it's trying to get away from him and he's trying to get away from it. But it was those things. Coconut trees on the other side, you have orange tree, you have a grapefruit tree. As you step out the back door, you can just reach up and pick grapefruit when it bear. Oh my God. The lime tree, the sweet sap tree, all of those little things were there. They weren't chopped down to build up anything. Your yard had that. The fencing was hibiscus straight around, and it was, my uncle used to chop it, trim it down, and you have that nice smooth top on there. And so that is what I left in Jamaica. So when I left in 2000, because as I said in another video, teaching out here in those times wasn't anything to write home about. You have children. I was teaching the computer classes, and you know, you want to make sure you give your children you don't want them to come and have dumpling every night. So in order to give them options, you know, then I had to make sure that enough was there. So when we finally got our own place, again we say, you're coming home, make sure you're coming home to your own space. Whether you're renting your own space or you're building your own space. Because when it comes to family stuff, it is not a very nice experience. But we got our own place, and then so a lot of the monies that I came home with went to furnishing it, went to paying for the rental, and then to get bedroom furniture for the four of us. So I had gotten a big queen size bed, and each kid got a dive and a double dive on bed. I don't know why I did that, but my kids, when they were in America, they had their own beds. You know, my son had his own room, the two girls shared room. So I wanted them to have that. We had a big dining table with 6 chairs. We had a nice refrigerator, 2-door. We had a nice stove. We had a nice living room set. We bought some nice things. It's amazing, like we didn't even have them for 2 full years, because once I went back to teach, and my daughter would say, Mommy, what you're making down here for the whole month, you would have made in a week in New York. So go back up and teach instead of staying down here making $21,000 for the whole month. And you're talking about car fare for the 4 of us, talking about lunch money, you're talking about rent and food and light bill, and you know. So it was a good experience, but it was we were not ready. I was not ready. Financially, I was not ready. You know, and just looking at those things now, but we did okay. And when the kids were finished, I didn't bother to come back to even secure whatever, you know. A lot of those things were just given to people who needed it. And we just kept going. The kids went up, they went to college, you know. I had Christopher still younger and going to school, regular school. So my experience coming back then was a good one. It's just that after that, with the kids in college, Mommy doing everything, I wasn't coming back and forth to Jamaica after that. You know, once we got the experience, the kids loved it down here. Once they came up to America, went back to America, it was just me focusing on getting them through college and keep it moving. So when I started coming back, it was one Easter, or it was one summer, and then some years after that, my daughter and I came and we started thinking about, Mommy, retirement is in the what's next, and we started coming to see if this is where my heart is to retire. I want to retire here in Jamaica, but I don't need to be just sitting doing nothing. That's the difference, you know. I'm home and I really want to be actively doing something. I still have some oomph in me, and I want to be doing something. Started writing my book. And there's a lot to write, so much to write. It's not every day I feel excited to write. um, I want to do something more. So the experiences are good, but we have to understand that it's not the same. If you move to a new community, it's going to be different. If you move to your old community, which I hope that if you move there, it can be peaceful and nice. Because as I said, I don't think that, I don't know. I don't know if it's just the thing that if you go back to a community where a lot of you, I remembered when I was there and this man had moved back and you heard the negatives. He built a big house, he had a satellite dish, he had his truck, he was active in church, but the thing with him, he had so much resources. And so because of that, it either got to his head, but a lot of people did not appreciate it. A lot of people liked him because they could go to him for things. But other people who didn't need his handouts, who didn't need, they couldn't, you hear the talks against him. You know, you hear the talks because, oh, he must show off. I'm thinking, you know, him act like him big, you know, I'm thinking my this and I'm thinking my God. And you hear the negative talks. So I know how our people are. If they need you, they're going to be smiling and happy with you. Any day you say, boy, I not have enough. Because them see you come home, them are going to say, yes, she come home with toilet paper, she come home with toothpaste, she come home. And they come and they beg, and then beg, and then beg. And any day you say, boy, and one pack of in there, and I want to keep it for serve me. All of a sudden, you're the worst thing on the block. So this is how we are as a people. Most of us, not all of us, but some people, you know. And so you come and you feel like, okay, I'm home, it's going to be. But people, they're only nice for a moment. So when you build up that structure and they were able to get work and they were able to, you know, do something and get a pay and get a money, once that cuts off, then all of a sudden they don't see you. You're not invited in there anymore. You become a target. I remember one guy had said, they used to ask him, Miss Beth, come buy me a drink, man. And my thing was, because thank God I came and I was working, and so every time I would walk out the house and I would go down to the girl at the shop there, and them guys said, oh, Miss Beth, come buy with something, man, come buy with 1 Guinness, come buy with. And I said, you know, sister, teach me, come down and teach me, so I have nothing. Like, you know, you have to keep acting like you're so much poorer than you really are, because I would go to the girl shop and even if I could pay for things, I would trust it. I would go in and I would not go in with cash. I would go in and ask her, could you give me so-and-so until I get paid, until so-and-so. And that's how I did it. Even sometimes when I pay her already, I make it seem like, guys, because they're hanging out, looking, waiting for the handout. But one in particular whose baby's mother, I used to ask her to come wash for us. She used to come wash and clean for me. And I heard him one day said it out of his mouth. Miss Beverly said, the man there go on, me can't set up somebody for this mug them, you know. Me can't just stand up in a corner and set up and send a man and say, go mug him, go mug him. And that really tore up my heart. The other thing that really, really tore up my heart is the amount of drugs that Jamaica is now consuming. In our young days coming up, who knew about drugs? And the drugs knew about marijuana. But then I noticed that when I returned in 99 and come home so innocently, thought that crack cocaine was only in America and stuff. And to know that it got to Jamaica. It was in Jamaica in 1999. People were selling crack cocaine. I remember one young guy who, it was my brother's good friend, very good friend, and he was driving a taxi. And he didn't run past our house. He didn't come, he wasn't on our route. So when he got to Wakefield, he would continue to D-side. And one day he came, but he lived past our house going further down around. And he stopped it was Drew. His name was Drew. And Drew stopped, and when he stopped, I walked out to the gate to talk with him. And he said to me, boy, Miss Bev, because we were loved in the community. My family was known by everybody. You ask, whether it's church or locally, everybody knew the family. And so when he called me out there and talking to me, because he was, my brother and him go a long way. They went to primary school and they kept that friendship. And he said, I just went around the house and the landlady is there and I really need some money to borrow until later. He might run the taxi, but he make enough to pay the person him driving for, and whatever he make, he will give it to me. And him asked me to borrow $5,000. 1999, $5,000 is a lot of money. But I loaned it to him. The evening I'm looking for Drew. Drew didn't show up. Okay, that's fine. The next day, no Drew. Mind you, he's not on our route, so to connect with him is not going to happen. And it took 5 days. 5 days when I had to send a message to, because I didn't want him to think, oh, and this is why I don't lend money. I said, never lend money. The day when Drew came to borrow the money, he looked funny. He looked like his nose was wet and his eyes were, he just looked. And at this time, I didn't know Drew was involved in the drugs. These young kids, they stopped bringing in the drugs, and they were now participating in this thing. And so I had to reach out and ask another driver. So when you see Drew, tell Drew Miss Bev want to see him. Everybody used to call me Miss Bev. That's why my channel is Miss Bev. And he came, and I said, Drew, I shouldn't have to send and ask you. You came and I supported you, and now you didn't ever show up. And he says, okay. And Drew never fulfilled his promise. And I was building a walkway from the front step all the way out to the gate, and I needed some cement. And that's how I got a part of the money back. I told somebody to tell Drew, you know what, go to the hardware store. I need 4 bags of cement. And that's how I got back that portion of the money. That was it, not more. and I said, never again, because this was a family friend, and, that shouldn't have happened. But the drugs, a lot of young children, the age limit for drinking is what in Jamaica? So the young kids are drinking, getting intoxicated, and when you alter your mind with these toxins, you are prone to do anything. And so I say, a lot of changes. If you're living in the community where you grew up, no matter if you have property there or what have you, or you're going to build on family land, I don't know. And if you have to live in a different area, then everybody becomes strangers, even though they don't want anything you have because they have their own. But there are things there that are not the same. It's not the same. So I'm here, and as I said, I built my little community, and it's what it is. And I worship on Sabbath, and on that, in a little bit we'll head to Lucy to sit in the congregation there. But for now, I'm good. I'm good. And so for all of you who wants to come home, listen, as I said, come home, kind of get a feel of where you want to live, spend some time there, visit the space in the nighttime, visit it in the daytime, visit it on the weekends, visit it to see what goes on when the lights go out. Because in the day everything is good, but it's when the lights go out that we have to know what goes on. And so we'll get a better feel of, is this where I want to be? So, again, Me no drink coffee, tea, mango time. Enjoy your mangoes, guys, as they come into bloom. If you're here in Jamaica and the island, if you're watching from Jamaica, then please enjoy your mango. Jamaica has so many different types of mango because this is the tropical paradise, they call it. And so it has so much of so many things. A lot of travelers, returning residents who came back, they brought little things back with them. And so many ingrafts. You know, you see a common mango tree, and then when you look, it has 6 different mangoes under one tree. It is so different. It is so nice. If you know, my dream was to really have a place like where I grew up, where there were so many fruit trees, so many fruit trees, so many trees that you could sit under and eat your dinner. So many, so many, you know, and we know things have changed, but those are the things that I hold dear, you know. And so no matter where, I'm not a city girl, will never be a city girl. And so when you have to live in certain spaces, it's a little different, and you try to see if it will work for you. But guys, enjoy the video, and just leave a good comment. Leave, you know, how do you feel, and share the video. If it made you happy, then share it, and like it. And until next time, make sure you subscribe as well. So until the next one, this is your girl, Miss Bev, saying if you can't be good, be careful, but what good, do good. And live good. It is so much easier to live good. I pray, God, that our young people would learn, would just learn, because a lot of the conflicts are just stemming from the young people, you know, who just, they take what others have. They don't have that thing where, you know, if when you're good to people and you ask nicely, that people can be there for you. You don't have to steal and kill them and then end up ruining your life in jail. You get raped and sodomized in jail, and you come out angrier than you went in. You don't have to go through those ugly experiences. Just please, just enjoy the land. Just enjoy it. If you have little, enjoy it. If you have a lot, share and enjoy it. And so we can all live together in peace, in unity. You know, let we have that kind of a thing again. When if somebody starts some music, then people come in and them even stand up out another road and them just rock to the music, because it's such a sweet music, you know. You don't have to beat up yourself and go on. You just easy rocking. Because the music hits the bone and you just rock. Even if you're not a dancer, you just rock to it, because they carry a message. And you're just easy in yourself and just rock to the music. So my people, just love yourself. Just love yourself, and hopefully in loving yourself you can extend love to others. And we hope that as you extend love, that it will be appreciated by others, and the chain will continue in unity and strength. Remember, united we stand, divided we all fall down. The man had his 3 sons. He gave them 1 stick each, and he says, break it, and they pop it, bow, easy break. And then he said, he gave them a bundle of sticks each, and when they tried, no matter how they tried, they couldn't break that bundle, because what? Together we're stronger. So if we just unite, cut out the foolishness, slow down on the roadways, too many getting killed. And when we do the garbage that we do, racing on the highways, because, you know, we're not even understanding the road codes, but we get these vehicles and we don't know how to manage them. We are creating more hurt than good. Be careful.